Value added tax, VAT. Welcome to Financial Vibes with me, Peter Calvilan Serwide, and Francis Kabinuli Rugorobi. We are talking about value added tax, VAT. What is it?
Value added tax is a tax charge the government levies on any form of value addition on a product which is for sale or which is sold.
Any value,
Addition, any is a tax levy on any product where value has been added and
if,
that product is for sale.
if I've if I have harvested
Mm.
coffee
Yeah.
beans and I pound them into powder
Mm.
and I sell the powder from the coffee beans, is that levied on? Is VAT levied on the powder?
Yeah, VAT is levied on the powder because by grinding the coffee beans, you are adding value. Let me tell you another thing, by the about value addition. Value addition is not only limited to actual production or adding value as we know it, but even transporting an item for sale from one place to another so that the buyer of that item can easily access it. The process of moving it from A to B is also value addition and is VAT chargeable.
Mm.
Mm.
Mm. That means every import,
Mm.
every import,
Mm.
and import to mean
Yeah.
for sale
Yeah.
has got a VAT levied on it.
Yeah. Actually, customs taxes or import taxes include VAT because by moving those products, even if they're final products, you are adding value onto them. What value? That value is making them in proximity to the buyer. Whenever the distance between the buyer and the seller is reduced, that process of reducing the distance is adding value. So all imports have VAT, even if they are final products, they'll have VAT.
Mm. I am a teacher and
Yeah.
my service is teaching.
Yeah.
Are my services subject to VAT, to VAT?
Your services are subject to VAT. Uh, they should be subject to VAT. Though in the current tax regime of Uganda, education services and medical services don't have a VAT charge because they are helping the common good. But fundamentally or in principle, they should have VAT because you are adding value. Whenever you're teaching, you're adding value.
Okay.
Yeah, you're adding value. It's a service. Every service adds value
Okay.
to the individual
Okay.
or to the company to which you are passing it on. So they should be VAT. But there are certain services and goods which are not VAT charged because they are providing a common good to people who are poor. So if the poor uh, pay a service or pay for a product with VAT added on, it plunges them more into the poverty. So many governments the world over remove VAT charges from certain basic needs
Okay.
or services. Yeah.
That brings us to another
Mm.
critical question. Who then pays VAT and who does not?
Pay VAT.
Mm.
The end user is the one who pays VAT.
End user to mean?
The end user is the person who buys and uses the product
Oh,
because the end user is the person like you, like a student, like a buyer of bread, like a buyer of any product or service, who
okay.
is going to use it but not going to sell it on.
Okay.
Is the one who pays VAT.
So using our analogy,
Yeah.
going back to our coffee beans analogy,
Mm.
that has been petrified
Yeah.
into powder. So it is I, the buyer,
Mhm.
who pays the
Pays the
VAT,
VAT.
not the producer and not the retailer.
No. A VAT is a withholding tax. Withholding taxes are taxes which are held back by the sale, which are held on behalf of government
Okay.
and passed on to government. That is URA. So let me just explain this a bit more simply. VAT is an end user tax. So what happens is that the person who pounds the coffee and the coffee beans and makes the powder charges puts a VAT charge on the coffee powder when he's selling that coffee powder to the wholesaler now or the distributor. Now the wholesaler sells on the coffee powder to the retailer and also passes on the VAT, charges VAT onto it.
Okay.
Then when the retailer is selling the coffee beans, sorry, the coffee powder to the end user, they also put a VAT charge.
Okay.
Now that VAT charge you put is 18% in case of Uganda. Now, finally, the end user pays the VAT. Now, when the end user pays the VAT, the retailer gets back the VAT they paid. You get me? Because they'll get gotten from the end user. And also when the retailer is paying the wholesaler, they get back the VAT they would have paid. So finally, it's the end user who pays the VAT.
Yeah, the end user bears the brand.
Bears the brand.
Okay.
And these all these people in this chain, they pass on the VAT to the government.
Okay, so isn't that multiple unnecessary taxations? Because if the pounder of the coffee beans adds a VAT, then the one who packages it, all right, the one who manufactures the packaging material,
Yeah, pays VAT.
Okay, the one who brands the tin,
Pays VAT.
Isn't that multiple and unnecessary?
It's not multiple and unnecessary because all these people in the chain, they get back their VAT apart from their input VAT, apart from the end user. Let me give you an example. If I buy products, if I buy packaging material, and and there is a VAT charge on them, and also and I package the coffee beans and all that, I'm going to get back the VAT charge when I sell on the coffee powder in the packaged material. Yeah, because I'm going to charge it on the next person.
Okay.
And when I charge on the next person, and when I'm paying government my VAT, I'll remove the VAT which was charged on me for the packaging material. So I don't incur the amount, I just pass on.
So in that case, who does not pay VAT?
The producer doesn't pay VAT. Okay. It's just a conduit for VAT.
Okay.
Which is paid by the end user.
Do churches pay VAT or do they need to?
Churches do not pay VAT. Like they don't pay, most not-for-profit organizations don't pay VAT and other taxes.
What about the border cyclists?
But border cyclists pay VAT.
Okay.
They pay VAT, but then it's passed on to the end user. That's the people they carry. Yeah. Because when they're buying fuel, there is a VAT charge on the fuel you're buying.
Oh.
And then you pass on that charge to the person you carry on the border. Now, motor vehicle drivers, they pay VAT on fuel. The end user, like for me, when I'm driving, I buy fuel, and on that fuel there is a VAT surcharge.
Okay.
So I pay VAT.
Yeah.
So everyone who consumes vatable products pays VAT.
So are you trying to tell us that if it is the end user who bears the brunt of the tax, that means whosoever buys value pays VAT?
Yeah.
That means it is true that people say that children too pay tax. Is that true?
Children pay tax as long as they buy items from shops.
So if they buy a sweet,
they're paying
or
VAT
a cookie or biscuit,
right? Oh, they always pay VAT whenever they buy biscuits. They pay VAT whenever they buy cookies. They pay VAT whenever they buy buns. They pay everyone who buys any product to which value has been added. And remember how I defined what value addition is. That person pays VAT, including children, including street people, what they call people who live on the streets, including beggars and all that. They all pay VAT as long as you buy, something to which value has been
As
added.
we wind up, this we have said this over and over again, but as we wind up, to what end?
The VAT
Paying VAT to what end?
to the same end as all taxes are paid.
And
because,
which is
the end of paying taxes is to make sure that government gets enough money, one, for public administration to administer us, the populace, two, for security, to man our borders, and also to make sure the police does its work properly, for constructing roads, for constructing hospitals,
services.
providing us the basic services.
That is
Individuals.
that is the use of value added tax here on Financial Vibes. Thank you.